What can I say except you're welcome?
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
What's going on? It's your boy Miami the Great. I'm back here, the Miami the Great Talk It Up show. I know I'm not here with Final Boss Lady, but please in the comments since you're get well soon to her. Today we hopefully have a guest. If not, we're going to go over a couple things of what happened this week, like at Money in the Bank, Raw. A couple of stuff that happened on SmackDown because there's a lot of things that happened on SmackDown. We're going to get into the stuff. Truth. I feel like a lot of people have discussed it, and I'm going to give you guys my idea and my thoughts about what happened with the R Truth stuff. Even when he cut his hair, um, he appeared on SmackDown. I'm going to go over that too. Gunther being the new champion. Some highlights on, like I say, highlights on SmackDown. Bayley is back. Um, like I say, we're going to go over the whole thing with Jacob Fatu. Turning on Solo. Bayley defeating Valkyria. Mrs. and Mr. Money in the Bank, and also everyone who advanced in King and Queen of the Ring. We're going to get into that stuff too. How you guys are doing? Welcome. Like I say, this is episode 7. We finally had reached our 100 views on one of our posts, so we do appreciate everyone who did support us and been supporting us through these times. Appreciate everyone who has done that. Shouts out to everyone who's here. Let's get down to it. Here, let's get into some. Let's go to some Money in the Bank stuff. Let's talk about some Money in the Bank stuff real quick. I know last week we talked about R Truth, the release of R Truth. Um, and I know a lot of people at the moment. I'm not going to lie to you. At that very moment, I felt like that. It was a work. It seemed like they played it very well, where it did seem like it was a work for me. So they got me to a moment where I felt it was a work, but I mean they played it into the storyline. I feel like R Truth really did get released. People did let their voices be heard, and we got him back. As you can see, he appeared on Money in the Bank. He attacked John Cena with the championship belt. The crowd was rocking, amazing. You heard the roar, you heard the appreciation of him coming back, which I feel like was a great moment for R Truth. This run seems different. I think R Truth, he's not a baby face. I feel like we're going towards the tweener gimmick. It seems like that's what we're doing. He's not a face, he's not a heel. It seems like he's going heel moment. And I feel like with everything that he's done, I feel like this is good. I don't think no one in quite some time seen this R Truth. TNA, that's the last time I can recall. Now there was a time it almost came a little close when him and Miz they did almost this same similarity storyline. If anyone remember, when John Cena and The Rock teamed up to face Miz and R Truth, that's how the whole Miz Truth tag team came along. So I feel like that was maybe the closest you almost got to that close. R Truth, this kind of gimmick, because you seen R Truth in that match smoking the cigarette and blowing it on people. I think that's where you seen that almost like cutting edge for R Truth. I'm just glad he's back. of all the stuff he's done. Like I say, the crowd really got into him just, cheering him, bringing him back. We want truth. You heard it throughout the show. And I think the reason why I felt like it was a work because if someone's released, I've never seen nothing like it. And I can't think of no one where the crowd and they let the chants go on the crowd with with the released person. You heard it in the background. So I was like, oh, they're not going to let him back. There's no way he's going to come back because they, was saying that, the whole thing where we got, we want Cody. You heard a comment from TKO. Well, hey, we was not going to do stuff like that again. And look, we were here. I feel like it kind of put them in a position where it opens them up to a lot of critique. Um, you still have the documentary that's supposed to be coming out summer, so I'm guessing August. I do see, and we will get to that. Jay Uso being back in the Money in the Bank qualifying match, which I feel like he will be. He will be one of my people that I feel like will advance in the Money in the Bank. I mean, King of the Ring tournament because they probably want to have King Jay. But I feel like there's a lot of things that's going to go into this King of the Ring tournament. You also got R-Truth going one-on-one with John Cena this Friday again. So this is part two of them going one-on-one. It seems like John is really coming out and saying that, hey, he's doing this character gimmick for me very well because you got a line this Friday from him about R-Truth. R-Truth came out, attacked him once, attacked him twice on Friday SmackDown, and it seems like we're going to get R-Truth versus John Cena at this next week's Friday SmackDown, which I feel like it might be. I don't think it'll be a squash match. I'm pretty sure that he will get him to look really good in this match. And just to know that, when you go to the release, it makes you think, well, if you never would release him, would you would have gave him this same push? Um, and it makes you wonder, is that going to be the case from here on out when you just talk about the whole R-Truth, the whole him being released, him doing this new gimmick, which is like I say, feel like it's a more of a serious gimmick, a more of a critical gimmick that comes across. I feel like with that whole thing of him, they played it so well where they felt like they worked it. They played it very well, and I felt like that's where we got. What's up, John? The collectors in this thing. What's going on, guys? Yeah, but I feel like, boy, advocate. I feel like that this release really made me open my eyes. I know I grew up off of WWE. Um, I didn't never go away from it when AEW started because I was so in love with this company. No matter what, it's like you're in a bad relationship, and no matter what that person when it comes to this whole thing, when it comes to truth. Acknowledge the dynasty. What's up? Hey, let's go. I feel like this whole thing with our truth is that, you know, I like how everyone came together. I never, like I say, seen anything like this before. I never seen anything like this before. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, when it came to this, I think, like I say, when it comes to releases, I never seen someone who everyone came out, wrestlers came out and support them. You had people come out and support them. Now there was a lot of information coming out where um, you heard the news that Tony Khan in the beginning of this year said that they didn't want Truth to come back. Once that his contract was done, they was done with him. You had um, rumors that sometimes it might have something to do with Triple H. Maybe Triple H had something to do with this release. Um, like I say, TKO. We don't actually know. We wasn't there. But like I say, Truth came out and said it. And that's what's you got to think about this. This is a vet. Even if you're turning this story that we feel like is true, this guy's been doing it for so long that he can do that. It can make us feel like that. Even if it's not true, we don't know. Cause they can make it feel like, well, this was a work to just try to maybe cover their, you know what, and we'll see. But I feel like I'd never seen anything like this before. Um, I know it got a lot of backlash of over it when you had the whole stuff with that's my guy. Yeah, but man, what's up, Jay? Man, Herbert, man, shouts out to everyone, man. We're gonna get some more people here in the building soon, man. But I'm just gonna ramble on about our truth for a couple minutes. Then we're gonna move on to our next topic. Like I say, hopefully I get my guests in here. I know he's probably running a little late, but we got. If not, hey, I'm gonna hold it down. Thank you guys for joining. Miami the Great. Final Boss is not here. I know a lot of you want to see him. She got fans. She got many fans. That's why she's the Final Boss. She's the most electrifying woman on the planet. Hey, I know. I work with her. That's why she's the Final Boss. But no. Back to our truth. It's like we gotta understand that I don't know what we're gonna get with this our truth. I think the most shocking moment for me was when he cut his hair off on Raw. When I got dreads. I'm Jamaican and Haitian, and I felt the pain when he cut it. Now I can understand that um, why he did it because he want us as the audience to take him serious, and I didn't mind it, but I was like, man, oh man, R2 just cut his hair. And it was one of the most best promos by him on Raw. He's standing on that table. He said what he needed to say. Now, shouts out to what he said on Busted Open. He stayed in character. This is R-Truth is going back to that old school where The Undertaker and how Triple H and them, they used to go out and their gimmick never changed, even when they was on the outside world. I do like that, with certain people. At times, I don't mind the wrestlers, signing the kids autograph because kids love the wrestlers. They might like them. Sometimes they gotta break character. It happens. You gotta want the kids to love this and get into this and watch this. But I felt like this was one of the most greatest promos ever. Shouts out to Carlos, my man. CCN is in here. Acknowledge the Dynasty is in here. Man, people from DWE is in here. Man, THM is in here. The Wrestling Collectors in here. Shouts out to everyone, man, for coming in, stopping by, chilling. Hey, that's exactly I literally grabbed my hair. Because, like I say, when it comes to this, when it comes to hair, for me, I can't cut it. I mean, because it's a way of life for me. R-Truth has had his hair for quite some time. Maybe one of you in the comments maybe know how actually long he has had it, or how many years has had it. But that's your brand. It's something that I watched Keisha. You know, your brand is your face, your look, your the way you come out. It's something new. It's something new. Shouts out to Greg DWE's in the building, man. The wise man right there. Um, yeah, I did the same thing, guys. You know, I've been growing my dreads for quite some time. Um, I have many more than what Truth has. But when it comes to me, for me, the way of life for dreads is, you know, it shows struggle. It shows it's supposed to tell the story of what you're going through and what you've been through. For me, so when I seen that happen, guys, I dropped to the ground. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing here? It was more captivating seeing him. He grabbed the scissors out, cut his hair, and he was saying this, you know, for me. I'm only speaking for me. I'm not. If y'all guys want to chime in and on the chat on the comments, for me, this was a great promo by R-Truth. Matter of fact, I think it was one of the best promos of that night. Outside of us getting the John Cena, the first announcement of John Cena and and John Cena and CM Punk match that we did get announced, and great job to both guys. We already know the chemistry and history with them, but this promo here, him doing this, made me say, "Hey, this guy is serious. His time is now." Like he said, he's driving now. I love that line. He's going to get over. I'm pretty sure WWE will get a T-shirt with that on if they don't already have it. I'm pretty sure they probably already posted on there and put him on there like quick, fast, in a hurry. So I'm pretty sure we had got that on a shirt. So for the journey for Truth, for me, and he has a lot of fans. You heard a lot of people speak out. One of our colleagues, Dallas from Hummer Roses, he gave the backstory. You want to guys go back and check it out on his podcast. Go ahead and check it out. He gave a great breakdown of what R-Truth's history, the things he done. This was a release. We was reacting off the release of R-Truth. You know, so at the time, we didn't know what was going on at the time. You know, so we was reacting of what we was getting, and the support that he got from everyone was amazing. Let's say that as a wrestling community, we came together, and like it was a space I was in, and shouts out to Stampede. I think he was the one that said it, was even when your wrestlers are gone, let's keep supporting them, even if they're, let's say they go to CMLL, AEW, TNA, GC Wrestling, all these other companies that are out there that are on the indies. Let's keep supporting them. It's not that, let's give them, because you don't know how much your support gives them the honor to keep going. You never know how far it goes. Yes, R-Truth has done multiple gimmicks. This gimmick here, the reason why I say advocate, I like this gimmick is because it's serious. I don't think a lot of our young audience, you got to think about the young fans. A lot of our young fans don't remember the Attitude Era. Our young fans don't go back way when Hogan, you got the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not talking about old guys. Of course, we remember that because that's our era. I feel like a lot of guys have not seen this truth, because this truth will show people like, wow, this is different. We don't know what we're getting. We don't know what to suspect. We don't know what's going to be the outcome. Especially now you got him versus John Cena again. He attacked Cena twice. Well, three times if you wanna give it all in one. Cena's been the only one he's attacked. And because I guess he feels like Cena's the one. You did this to me. That's what he's basically saying. You did this to me. You're the reason why I'm like this now, and now you have to deal with, what we're going through. And I think that's a great story for him. Greg said, "Yeah, hey, I was shocked too. I no, I knew right away, Greg. And this is my thing before we go move along. Um, about R-Truth is you had to bring him back, even if he didn't cut his hair. You got to bring him back as a serious gimmick. So exactly. You got to look at TNA. NWA is this is the NWA truth we're getting, because he was more cutthroat when it came to promos. Him and Pat Man Jones was tag team champions way before then. He had that more serious gimmick. I feel like, cause I feel like there was a moment that you would have never thought you would see again when it came to R-Truth. We're getting that NWA gimmick now. Money, great point. I mean, YouTube is such a great world for you guys. Sometimes you can't find it on YouTube. Google. Sometimes you might find it on sites on Google, and find out your outlets and try. If you're a real fan, a real wrestling diehard, a person that loves and bleeds no matter. I love both. I love AEW. I love TNA. I love WWE because I like wrestling. I don't watch it every day, but I do catch if sometimes I want to catch highlights and catch a little bit things and this and that. I do catch it. I was just shouting you out, Seth. Go back in the video. I was just bringing up one point that you brought up in the space about R-Truth and supporting the released wrestlers when they're released. Keep supporting them. Excuse me. I love that idea, but I feel like with this whole R-Truth thing, we have to see where it's going to go. I don't know. I think if Cena does lose, it will be because of excuse me. Woo, woo. It will be because of hold on. Okay, there we go. Woo. Got so passionate about it. That's why y'all here with Miami Great. Y'all know it's passion there. There's passion. There's passion there right there. Y'all got to learn something about that. Give me another sip of that right now. Cheers to everyone in the live. Oh, yes, sir. We ain't drinking. It is Phantom, guys. It's not liquor. So calm down. But anyway, like I said, guys, hey, it's a show without Final Boss. It's more entertaining. We're going to be entertaining today. Not saying Final Boss is not entertaining. I know y'all like, God, might be. You're going wild. Hey, the principal's not here. But I feel like I don't know what we're going to get when you get to the R-Truth and Cena match. I feel like there will be an interference. You can have, don't forget, Seth Rollins still has the briefcase. Seth Rollins still said that he will want to cash in on John Cena, and I feel like right now with what happened on Monday, I feel like that will happen. Speaking of that, we're going to segue into that. Let's talk. Let's talk it up about that because I know this made the IWC kind of upset, especially our uncle Rakishi. Because man, Rakishi went for 50 minutes and he was right. Whoever wrote for the kid, you need to be fired. But we're going to do a little fantasy booking here, guys. We're going to do a little fantasy booking. Yeah, hey, dry mouth. Hey, it's a villain on stream. I know. It kills me. It's killing me, John. You see how it's doing me over here? um, yeah, it's the Miami the Great show. Let's go. Talk it up with Miami the Great. How you guys doing? Let's go. Saturday. It's Saturday. I hope you guys enjoying yourself. Sit back, relax. Don't worry. Let me book this real quick. The reason why we know Gunther won because of Goldberg. And I want you guys, I know, get your feelings out, especially if you watch Rakishi. If you want to give your comments in and there, I'll put them up here on the screen for you guys. Shouts out to 68 people. We're going to get some more people in here. Oh, yes, a whole new, I would say, well, yes, it's a new journey, Staples, but it's a journey that kind of sort of he did because I don't think a lot of people have seen this R-Truth. Going back to R-Truth real quick. And that's what I think the greatness is. However long he's gonna be, even if it's a year. Hopefully they give him a legendary where even if he goes a year, he can pop up every now and then. Maybe go back to the silly gimmick where he pops up and do something and call someone by the wrong name every now and then. That would be nice. Sort of like what they do with the guy Farouk who says damn all the time. I think that's the gimmick we would go with him if he do that. Oh yeah, Big Unc was not happy. We're gonna get to that, guys. We're gonna get to that. Gunther winning at the time, guys. Gunther winning was the wrong decision. I don't care at the time. But I see that WWE doesn't like me because if you follow our episode 5, please go watch all of our YouTubes. We did get to 100 views on one of them, but we would like to get to all of our views at 100. I booked this where I would rather Seth cashed it in on Jay because with me, my train of thought was it would have been more significant when Roman came back or whenever Roman would have came. That's why he would have even went more to Seth. As y'all seen in one of my shorts where I booked that part too and how I had it mapped out from there. So I feel like by them doing this, there's only one thing, and maybe WWE is going to mess it up, guys. Because now we know that Jay's in the King of the Ring, right? And I don't know what we're going to do here because I said on my timeline and on X, we're going to get Jay versus them Cody, ain't we? We're going to get it. Because remember, we wanted that match. Remember when he won the Royal Rumble, we asked for Jay versus Cody. But that's when he was the Undisputed Championship because we was like, why not he goes for that title? I think, and this is just my thoughts, I think WWE is doing the matches that we want, but think about it. Why would you do Jay versus Cody for no title and you turn around and you do, even if you're doing Cody versus Randy, that's still for no title. But yes, it's for King of the Ring. Yes, it's for you to get a guaranteed title at SummerSlam. I understand that, guys. I really do. I understand all that. But my thing is, and Gunther, hey, shouts out to him. Great wrestler. He does what he supposed to do. He slimmed down some. Let's give his props to him. But when it comes to him and Jay, they don't have the most greatest ring chemistry. So, do you want to one let Jay win this tournament and run a match back where people are not going to probably like? And if Jay wins, do you have Seth cash in on him and still do my Roman plan? If not, then you'll have maybe Cody win. Cody will go all the way. You get Seth cash in on John and Cody and get the undisputed title, because we know how much the undisputed title means to Roman, and you get Roman and Seth to go for the undisputed title. But the only thing about that, guys, is if you go for that, the undisputed title, I want Seth to drop it. I really do, because I love Roman with the undisputed title, but that's me being biased, guys, because y'all know I love Roman. So y'all have to excuse my bias. But I feel like I don't know. That's what I was like. There's Jay in the tournament should win the tournament. You're right. But I come to a stop, Stampede, where you got Cody Rhodes. So what is TKO going to do? What is Triple H going to do? You got to come to a decision where you got to pick two of your big. I say this might be the first time, and this is what I was telling someone in a space when I was saying that you can have a baby face versus a baby face. You can have a heel versus a heel. They do that. They do that, and you see it got to happen. We know Cody's not going to turn heel before a King of the Ring, which, I mean, even if you do Randy versus Cody, maybe Randy's like the tweener, even though Randy throwed out the hit there that he was going to come for, hey, if he got to go through Cody to get to John, he's going to do that. And I was like, interesting. And I feel like that's where we got our first tease. Our first tease was Cody, by Randy telling Cody that, guys, he already planted the seed. Cody will pin him. Randy will get upset. And that's where you may get the turn at. You got to get a turn somewhere in there later on down the future. Yes, see, Stampede said, I don't see Cody going heel yet. I feel like they are going to do one of those three things. I think I said three. You can either do Jay wins this whole tournament and you can get King Jay Uso, or you might get Yeet King Jay, or some King Yeet or something like that. Well, Jay will come up with a clever word, and if y'all use King Yeet, WWE run me my money. But hey, so I feel like that's a way they can go if they want to do it, because especially Uncle Keith's going off. I mean, now you're in a situation where you gotta have him win the round one, right? But once we get out the round one, what you gonna do at round two, TKO? You got two. Let's give it to him. And I feel like Jay's a bigger baby face, but Cody's still there too, because I think that's the reason why they're taking so long to turn him. Hill, I feel like you got that whole thing where you can turn him face at that point in time. I mean Hill. You don't gotta turn him heel no time soon. I think by Randy doing this turn on him, that's what's going to push Cody to the edge, because remember, Randy keeps saying that I respect you, you're my friend, da 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 da. I taught you everything, legacy, all this and that. I feel like Randy has to be the one. I know The Rock couldn't do it, but I said, well, maybe that's a good thing. I said that it has to be it has to be Randy. If it makes sense to me, Randy Orton, this was your mentor. It was, like he said multiple times, I'm your friend. I got your back. Blase, blase. Why not? Why not turn them heel when your last best friends? Because, hey, KO already did it. That was one of his friends. Sammy is dealing with stuff that's going on. I think they're gonna put him with Karen Cross. So I mean, yes, it probably would have meant a little something with Sammy, but I don't think so when it comes to Sami Zayn. So it has to be Randy Orton when it comes to it. So I feel like Gunther winning, it didn't make sense. You don't have to do Gunther versus Goldberg for the title. If someone in this chat tell me you believe Gunther is going to, I mean, not Gunther, but Goldberg is going to win the title at main event, because that's what it seems like it's going to be at when they come to Atlanta, then maybe you haven't watched the wrestling quake sometime, because there's no way this is going to be his retirement match. If you put the title on him, then then what? It won't make sense. You'll make this title become a joke. It's barely making it now. You had a lot of people saying, hey, make a new design and just let's get rid of it and let's go to something else. Already you having people say that, you got people want to just make a new title. And Roman, before Mania, said, you put that title on me, it'd be more prestigious. I feel like it's a couple other guys too. Braun Breaker. I mean, wow, what a great job he's been doing. Jacob Fatu. Hey, you can put it on him. You can make this title be prestige, but I always tell people it's the way you book the person. Especially if they can get over it. Especially when you can get over on your booking, you have it. Some people have just a promo. Some people just have the look. Some guys have it all. Woo! Ric Flair. It feels like he had it all. Promo, so proud. He had the look. He carried the go. I love Flair. Flair's my guy. I love Flair because he hold that kind of standard that most wrestlers go for. Gunther gives me that old school vibe. So I don't mind Gunther winning. Don't get me wrong. Gunther winning was like, okay, what you going to do now? Now, are you making up because it was, I don't know when the Keish, Uncle Keish went live or did his post, because right after that, I start seeing James in the tournament. I'm like, huh. And I'm like, okay, if he wins the first round, what are you going to do the second round? Because they did do something with LA Knight, so that might cancel out Bronson Reed, because I know Bronson Reed is in this. Sheamus, I think Sheamus is in this. I think Sheamus is dealing with Miro, so maybe those two guys will come into it, and that's how Jay wins it. So, like I say, step 2 is what's your decision after that once you get down to Jay versus Gunther again. Like, are you gonna do Jay versus Gunther again? Or are you gonna do something else? I don't know. With that. I feel like this decision, you could at least let Jay hold on to the title for 100 days. Even if Jay wins it back, how many days are you going to keep the title on him before Seth cashes in on him? Because we're right back at square one. And people are going to say, well, what was the point of Gunther winning? Because you wanted to do a Goldberg versus Gunther match, then you're going to paint yourself into a corner. So it's so much stuff you can do here. I don't know how would you book this and put yourself, because I feel like they painted themselves into a corner. Randy being eyes, I ain't that title when Cody got it. Well, yes, he was. And I thought on Money that we was gonna do Cody versus Randy way before now. Way before now. I feel like we should have got it way before now. Now, don't get me wrong. It's smart because guess what? There's no title on the line. So now it got me wondering, can Randy win this tournament? Because remember, Randy got all the way to the finals and he got screwed. He got screwed. So there's that. You got you got Cody in there. How would you fit Cody back into the story with John? Because he's been teasing that. And even this Friday we got a tease where Cody told CENA, hey, I can't avoid you forever. So you got multiple things when it comes to this whole thing. I I feel like Gunther is just got the title because of Goldberg. Now they got to prove to us that that wasn't the case. So now you're in a situation where do you put this back on Jay or do you keep it on Gunther? Because I know a lot of people was thinking that this mystery opponent was Dragunov, which I thought it was too. Which I'm pretty sure they're going to want to run that match. Do you do that for the world title? You can't put the world title on a lot of people unless you're just making this world title just go through multiple people. And the undisputed title is the title that most of the majority time people will go a pretty good length with the title. I feel like that's what maybe they could be doing, but I don't know. Uh yeah, Gunther's not. Yeah, I mean Goldberg's not beating Gunther. You're correct, John. There's no freaking way. If they do that, that's bad booking. This was bad booking, but that's bad booking. Cause why? What's the purpose? Even if you wanted to do a new title, you could have did what you did with the world title. You could have did what you did with the undisputed title. Roman Reigns had the other two titles before they gave him the new undisputed title that Cody won and John won. So if you wanted to make a new title, just make one and give the person whoever's the champ the new title. You did it for Roman. I mean, you don't. Someone doesn't have to win to say, "Oh, I retired. I'm done. I'm finna vacate the title, and boom, we're off to a new title." It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I do agree with that. I feel like this, guys, and we're gonna get to our next topic. Here, I do want to talk about Night of Champions, CM Punk and John Cena. It seems like CM Punk is going to Saudi, and those who know the comments of Saudi of what Punk said is Saudi. But man, I never thought I'll see today. But John is playing this very, very well. No pun intended, John, to our John at CCN. But John Cena, the GOAT, Mr. Unseen 17, the GOAT, John Cena. I mean, man, oh man, yes, that's right. Collective DWE's in the building. CCN is in the building. Our other family, y'all make sure y'all give them a follow. Make sure you give everyone at Humble Roses a follow. Man, DWE, the collective, man, we have grown so much, man, but we're going to keep doing this, man. We're going to keep growing. This is, hey, it's just starting. But I feel like, look, yes, I agree. Well, there's only one way, Lena. Hear me out. You got, okay, if Cody wins, I mean, not Cody, my bad. Because you said Cody, my bad. If Jay wins, I don't see how you put Cody for John. There's no way. You have to, because now, that's why I say WWE painted themselves into a corner. I'm just going to call it already out, where they painted themselves into a corner where now you put the world title on Gunther. Let's say Jay wins it back. You cash in on Jay right then and there. That's going to still make people mad because you're still telling me the story that Jay can't hold on to this title for more than over 100 days. He can't. He can't hold it, and that's the story you're telling me. And I don't want that story for Jay because there was some potential there. There was some kind of bit of potential there for Jay. So if you do that direction, now you don't have nothing for John. There's no way for Cody to get back into this match because John is gonna drop the title in December. You can't say, well, oh, we'll let Cody win the Rumble. And be like, okay, well, what's the point? John is gone. And basically John just did what y'all proved him. That hey, I'm gonna ruin wrestling. I'm gonna walk out of here with the championship. Or you can do another thing that Final Balls made a point about to me in one of our business phone calls was she said to me that the only reason why Punk is going to siding is because they must have guaranteed him a championship win. And I was like, interesting. Interesting. Because, guys, I want to hear y'all comments. If CM Punk wins this title right now, and they've been throwing the clues to Cody, we know how much the King loves Cody because Cody had the match where they had those big, crazy, I didn't like them, ugly titles. And him and Liv Morgan won them, and they got the little rings. And I was like, well, dang, now that takes Sammy out because you had Sammy lose King of the Ring because I thought, now don't get me wrong, guys, you can do this two different ways. Where Jay can go, you can write a better story for Jay. Jay has to fight two of his friends to make him go lean almost a little dark. Hear me out. I'm sorry for getting off track, but it's still the CENA and Punk thing because I'm going to get to that too. But because this just popped in my mind was Jay can pin Cody, right? If Sammy pins Randy, we're getting Jay versus Sammy. These are two friends of yours you had to go through to win this crown to get your title back. It's sort of what Roman told Jay. You have to make these sacrifices to be the top guy. That's if they write it like that. I would like it because it will bring more character to Jay already, where we can kind of see it. You want to do subtle, where they kind of sort of did it with Cody every now and then, but they move back off of it. They do it with Jay. I feel like they would strike gold with it. You can go that way too. It's so many people you can go with when you do this match because if Punk wins, it opens up the floodgate. Cause I mean, even if he wins, we're getting Punk versus Cody early. I thought we were gonna get it at WrestleMania. Now that messes up, and that's another thing. You get two formal AEW guys going for one of the one guy has the title, one guy is going for the title at your first time ever 2-night event, SummerSlam. I know they want to sell tickets. They want this thing to feel like Mania. So I feel like that's a Mania caliber match. Who walks out champion though? Because guess what? Seth has still cashed in. He doesn't like Punk. This is for the undisputed title. You got him cashing in on John, Cena, and Cody. I mean not John Cena and Cody, but Punk and Cody. My bad. Punk and Cody. You got him cashing in. Maybe that's how you get Roman back in. But see, the thing about it is what you're going to do for Gunther. Now the door is shut for Jay. So that's why I'm saying, guys, where we come to a standstill where I feel like I don't know where we're going to go from there. It's really, interesting where we go from there. Oh, yeah, money talks. Man, look, I ain't going to lie to y'all. And this is just me, being me. I appreciate you. 98 people coming. This is me being me for real. Punk and CENA is a great match. We got it for Money in the Bank. We got it. We got a glimpse of it in Chamber. The chemistry's still there. That little match that they had, that little few minutes, I was like, hey, hurry up, do this match quick. Sign me up. Now, if you would have told me at Elimination Chamber, Punk is going to Saudi to fight John Cena for the Undisputed title, I would have been like, there's no way. There's no way. They're going to do an injury angle. There's going to be something. Punk is not going to make it. There's no way. But Punk seems like he's guaranteed to go to Saudi, guys. And I know, I love the whole, and if you don't know, the whole hypocrite thing, I got a couple of my AEW fans in here. When Punk had said, I think he told, was it Miz? I think it was Miz. He said, go make that blood money. Now, Punk, look at you now. Look at you now. So it will be. Oh man. Yes, Stampede, and that's why I say. What's the whole reason of putting Jay in this match? Okay, yes, he's going to go against Cody. It's a match we want to see. Even if you have him lose, are you going to still do a injury angle? Are you going to do something where you can come out and just do something else where you come back and you you just give him another singles run? I don't want Jay yet because I'm thinking about Jimmy too. Be back in a tag team, not just yet, because Jimmy has not had his fair chance. Yep, there we go. That's the line. That's what he said. For those that don't know, Punk said that. And hey, he's going to Saudi now. So, and it's really interesting that we're getting this match. Oh. Well, if we're going to do a Heist of the Century Part 2, it's got to be on either two guys. Well, three. And I think a lot of us don't think maybe Jay's not going to win. But Jay's still one of my people. I'm not counting Jay out because there's a possibility. So let's put Jay in there. Seth can cash in on Jay because that's Roman's cousin. We all know how much Roman loves Jay. And that's where you got your story. You have to tell that story, though. Is that's the way you're going to tell it. Two, Seth can cash in. I say John Cena. Yeah, they got history, but I don't want it to be on John. I'd rather be on Punk. Two, the last person, three, will be Cody. Because there was a promo. Remember, guys, Seth told Cody, I helped you. You teamed up with Roman. You forgot all we did. We broke him down. And you teamed up with him. This was back when he teamed up with him at Bad Blood. And shouts out to some people that are in the chat that went to Bad Blood in the chat right now. That's where you got that whole ordeal from. So those three guys are the guys I can think of. Now, if you do it against Cody, you still have a story there. Each story you have to explain to us or tell us this is the reason why. Even if it's in a promo clip and you do the flashbacks, you can do that. So catching in on Punk will be great because guess what? Punk just won the title. And Seth, boom. Because Seth wants to cause Punk misery because he doesn't want him here. He feels like, oh, now you want it. I made you come. And that will be some Seth stuff. I made you come all the way here. And I'm cashing in this bad boy on you. That will be some heel work. That will be some storytelling. That will be some SummerSlam worthy match. Because remember, SummerSlam is 2 nights. So if they're gonna do that, man, oh man, I don't know what to do with that. But I feel like this whole John Cena and Cody thing is great for us, and I feel like we can go into it a little bit more when we get into it. Now we got our special guest here. I'm gonna let him get his camera set up there, but I'm gonna bring him up because we're gonna move on to our next thing here. Before we get to our next thing, I'm gonna bring him up. Boy, that's my guy. What's going on, big dog? Man,
what up?
Man, we here, man. We're gonna get into our next topic. I was just sitting here. I went over the R-Truth with the fans we got. We got 107 people. Y'all don't know, man. This my boy, man. You want to introduce yourself? You want to tell the people who you are, how you got here, my wrestling collective brother.
I'm not a member of any of that. I'm just a fan.
Well,
I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of the collective. Like, just a big old fan.
Well, tell the people who you are. Introduce
No,
yourself.
my handle on Twitter is Gus. I talk to these guys in a lot of spaces. I'm just a truck driver. Name's Sean. I like wrestling.
Yeah, man. Hey, we all like wrestling. I mean, because that's what I was telling people. Before we move to our next topic, you got any thoughts about what was your thoughts about R-Truth, the whole him coming back, did you feel at the time it was a work? Just run us through the emotions of what you felt of him coming back, and so far him cutting his dreads and stuff like that. You want to give us your take on that?
So the first thing I felt when he was released, I did not think it was a work. Because let's be honest, he's in his 50s? Like, he's got a music career now. He's doing a lot of different stuff, and I thought WWE was just like, okay, well, it's, we'll just cut the cord and move on, let him go do his own thing. And then I think it was obvious the first day, and it was even more obvious the second day, because you had John Cena tweeting about this, and John Cena doesn't tweet about anyone. You had Miz, you had people deleting their WWE off their Twitter bios, whatever that means. I'm old, so I don't really know that. But you had a bunch of support from people backstage, and then you fast forward to Monday night, to Tuesday, to Friday, to Money in the Bank. I think even at that, I didn't catch that AAA show, but I think even there, where people were chanting, "We want truth." So I think they brought him back because the people brought him back. I think that promo he cut on Monday was legitimate. Like, I think that was true, speaking from the heart. And then he went into the character and cut the dreads and did all that.
Yeah. What was your thoughts about that, man? When he did cut them dreads?
Well, so I liked it. I'm curious to see where it goes, but I'm a little like, I don't know that they're gonna all of a sudden start pushing truth. So I don't know how far this will go, but I'm interested to see it.
Well,
I don't see him as a world champion or anything like that.
I don't know if you called it SmackDown last night, but we're running. Well, it's not for a title, but we're running Cena versus R-Truth Part 2. That's what I called it. What you thought? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, good for Truth. And Cena loves working with Truth. Truth loves working with Cena. They're apparently great friends. On his retirement tour, I'm sure Cena asked for this. I'm sure he asked for the first one. He probably asked for the second one. And it's going to get Truth in a major angle. He's going to get on a match with probably their GOAT. I don't that's argumentative. Everyone's got a different list, but one of their GOATs at the very least. I mean, so this is nothing but good for Truth, and if it'll help get his character over. But if we're seeing a Truth heel turn, it would not surprise me if Truth ends up teaming with Cena, attacking Cena.
That's the thing about it, Sean. I don't think it's a heel. I think it's a tweener. I don't think it's a
Uh-huh.
face or a heel. I think we're getting tweener truth. I just think it's tweener of truth. That's all I think it is.
I could see that. I could think, I'm not a joke, so don't treat me as
Yeah,
such.
yeah,
But not so
exactly.
much heel.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I think about it too. We was also talking about the CM Punk thing with getting to Cena, Punk versus Cena and Saudi Arabia. I know you got a lot of thoughts about that. You came just in time because you caught up about it. We'll go over Gunther too real quick. But give us your thoughts about Cena versus Punk and Saudi, because we all and Stampede, they put down in the comments of what Punk said about the whole thing to Miz
Yeah.
about the whole Saturday. So we know the history. Are you shocked that this match is happening?
No.
Really?
I mean, look, Triple H, I'm a little surprised that Cena's going. And I'm a little
I'm not
surprised that
surprised
Punk's
Cena's going.
going. Yeah.
I'm surprised Punk is going. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised Cena's going.
Well, Cena's never been either.
Never.
No.
Never. I think this is Cena's first one, right?
Yeah, because he flat out told them when they first announced it that he wouldn't go. So they had to, because I think they were going to run him and Danielson or something, and they had to pivot because Cena said he wouldn't go. But am I surprised? No, not really, because look, when Punk came back, Triple H said it best. Like, people change. It's been, 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I know what Punk said. I understand what he said, and it does make him look like a hypocrite. But at the same time, it's been 10, 15 years. Am I surprised he's changed his mind? And those? No, he probably looks at it for what it is now. It's a payday. He's going to go lose a match to John Cena. And I think it's perfect.
You got to lose it. If he wins, would that be a shock to you? Because it would be for me.
Yes, it would. I don't the person beating Cena to me is going to be a younger guy.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping so, Sean.
Yeah,
I'm hoping so. Now, who? I don't know. I'm hoping that's the way we're booking this, but the way we've been going about certain decisions, and we're going to get to our next thing. What happened this week was Gunther winning the championship. You see how they booked that, and Jay losing. He didn't hold it for nothing but 151 days. And then you hear the stories that the reason why Jay lost it is just for Goldberg to face Gunther. You got any thoughts about that, and just the whole Jay dropping it that early? Because I didn't like it, Sean.
Well, I don't like the fact that Jay dropped it that early, and my thoughts on it are going to piss people off. But I think Gunther is holding that title to drop it to Goldberg for Seth to cash in on Goldberg.
Oh my God! If they, you know what? If they do that, Sean, that'll be bad booking. And I agree, but I heard say that, but that's the way they've been booking things lately. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's bad booking, but I don't see any other reason you take the belt off Jay, because you can just have Seth cash in on Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they felt Goldberg Gunther had to be for a title, but apparently they did. And yeah, Goldberg wins his last match, but he goes out putting Seth over. They continue that storyline. I don't want it to happen, but that's kind of what I think's coming. Because otherwise, why have Jay lose?
Exactly. Because the way I was like, because think about it. Even if you haven't, did you know? I don't know if you've seen it, Sean, where they announced Jay is now the King of the Ring tournament. And I was like, even if he is advanced, all you're going to do is do a Cody versus Jay, which some people they won't. I think it'll probably be a decent match. There is a story there, but who you have win, I don't know. You got to go with Cody, right, to do this story to continue with Jay. But also, I mean, you can also go with Jay Uso. But are you going to run Gunther versus Jay? A lot of people don't think they have the great ring chemistry, and I agree. Seth has to do something with this. We're gonna get to our next topic. Matter of fact, let's get to that. Since you brought up Seth Rollins, who you feel like he's gonna cash in on? Because you said
I
Goldberg,
already
right?
gave it away. Goldberg, yeah.
Okay, well, the way we are now, I'm just gonna say this, and I said it earlier. The way I think, Sean, where we're at now, it has to be Punk, or it has to be John, or Cody. It has to be for the undisputed title. Now, why? I don't know, because the only problem I'm thinking is when Roman comes back, everybody on the IWC is going to want Roman to get back that undisputed title. So
If Roman comes back.
Exactly. That's too. Because the way we've been booking this thing lately, it was strange to me. Jay dropped the title. I understand y'all want to do. I don't feel like Gunther and Jay should be for. I mean, not Gunther and Jay, but Gunther and Goldberg should be for a title. It didn't have to be for a title. One, you got Jay back in the tournament because maybe Uncle Keith went off on him. I don't know if you see the 50-minute video where Keith went ham on him. And then
I knew it was coming. I haven't seen it, but I knew it was coming.
He put a blaze on it. That's all I'm gonna say. I watch. I'm a big fan of his podcast, and I always watch it. I have yet seen a 50-minute video of his. He was so hot. Yeah. He was just like cut. I was like, yo. But and shouts out to Big Keys, man. But and I hope, I'd say I do agree with them. If they are, I feel like they should not have booked. They could have booked them better. And I feel like they're not doing this world heavyweight title no justice. Cause the only person now is Gunther. He's won it twice. If you put it back on Seth, Gunther and Seth would be the only guys that won it twice. So my thing is this: what justice are you doing for the title?
In fairness, though, when they put it on Seth, that was the best title run that they've had with this title.
Okay, so my thing is this. So, and I know that's why you probably said if Goldberg wins, Seth should cash in. Is that the reason why WWE will probably have him cash in for that title to just make it bring that prestige back to it?
Well, yes and no, but to me the biggest issue is he's on Raw. We've kind of sort of established, like now CENA goes everywhere, but we've sort of already established that as the Raw title.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Unless you're planning on moving Seth to SmackDown with Braun and all them, which I don't know why you would, but I mean, look, we all know that it's ultimately going to be Braun spearing Jey Uso. I mean, not Jey Uso, sorry. Spearing Seth Rollins at some point and taking that title off of Seth Rollins. How we get there, I don't know. My gut says that Braun wins the Royal Rumble.
Wow. Now, I was saying earlier, if you're not going to have Sammy win King of the Ring, Sammy's a big potential for Rumble. Also, if you don't have Cody win this King of the Ring, maybe Cody. But that won't make sense either because Cody already has did the 3-time Royal Rumble because I think him, Stone Cold, and Shawn Michaels have hold the record. I think if he wins it, back to back. So I don't think if he wins it now, it won't be no record. They'll just say, well, okay, he's maybe the only guy that win it 4 times ever. So maybe they'll probably do some crazy stuff like that. But I said when Seth won this briefcase, Sean, immediately I said he needed to cash in on Jay. Plain and simple. Because it would have made sense. Because Roman loves Jay. That's how you get that feud. That's how you get him so furious of Seth. Because you already know how Seth and Roman's relationship is. That would have tipped it even more. If you would have had the story is already there. It was not hard to steal it. But by them doing this, I kind of think it threw them off now. Now they're in a situation where I don't know how they fixed it, Sean. I don't know. The cash in, maybe, but I mean, what was the point of that either? You gonna have Seth hold it all the way up to WrestleMania?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Well,
look, in fairness, like say what you want about Seth Rollins, and maybe I'm biased because I'm a big Seth fan. Like to me, I
yeah,
look
you
at
are.
him
You are.
when I see him, I think when it's all said and done, we are gonna look at him the same in the same breath we looked at Shawn Michaels. Just a workhorse that goes out there each and every night, puts on a banger match, cuts a hell of a promo. He's just that guy to me. Like so you can do worse than having Seth hold that title. And then you start teasing the breakup, the jealousy with Braun, and all that other stuff. I mean, they've got the story, and most importantly, they've got Paul Heyman. So whatever Paul Heyman wants to
Yeah.
write for that story, it will work because he's given us too much to not believe in that. I just look if Sammy wins the Rumble because it's in Saudi, that makes sense. Then Braun probably wins Money in the Bank.
Ooh, Braun. You could do well. You could always do a match where somebody that doesn't have to win a Rumble or Elimination Chamber or King of the Ring. Because look at Gunther, he just declared a rematch. I think Gunther maybe is the first person to ever go back for a title that he lost. I don't think no one has done that yet. No. Nia Jax, my bad. Nia had
Rhea.
another chance. Rhea? Oh, well, Rhea has had thousands of chances. I forgot.
Unlimited, yeah. But
yeah, she had
like they.
title match.
It was weird. That was the other thing that was weird about it to me is because you just sort of had Gunther be like, "Look, I'm fighting you. That's it."
Yeah,
And it's just
exactly.
like, yeah, but you've done away with the automatic rematch clause, so like there was no point, like there was no story there. It was just a match.
Exactly. And I ain't gonna lie, Sean. I thought the cash in was gonna come in Monday. I was like, is they gonna do it this early?
Honestly, I thought the cash in was coming at Money in the Bank. That's why I just when you put Cena and Cody and Jay and oh crap, Logan Paul last.
Well,
it's just like that's
the only reason why I didn't think that because you always know when you have two champions, they always do that silly gimmick where the person can't decide who to cash in on. I don't like that. That's just mean. So I'm glad they didn't do it there. I was like, well, no, they're not probably going to do it here. They'll probably do it later on down the line. So I was like, okay. Monday, I was like, maybe we get this cash in on Monday. That's what I thought it was going to come.
If you notice, though, like the tease cash-ins, that's typically more of a woman thing. Like the women do that. The men are a lot more...
Well, Austin Theory did it a lot. Don't forget.
Well, yeah, but that was more so like they didn't know what to do with Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that time, didn't like Vince had just left and Theory was Vince's golden boy?
Yeah, I think so. I think Vince had right, and it's crazy. It was just at the spur of the moment. Right after he won the briefcase, I think a couple weeks later they said Vince was gone. I was like, oh man, well, Theory's done. I automatically, I was like, yeah, well, that's it for Theory. But I don't know who he cashes in on. It will be very interesting to see, especially now, especially where all these stories are going and where we're at now. I have no clue.
The only thing
okay, go ahead. No, go.
I was just gonna say the only thing that to me where the Goldberg thing is A, you give Goldberg a win in his retirement match. B, you can use the Braun Breaker spear to destroy Goldberg. Have Seth pick up the carcass. Like I just like there's too much there that if they're going Goldberg Gunther for the title, like look, we watched Goldberg take the title off the Fiend. Do you really think that Gunther's any more protected than the Fiend?
Yeah. Well, I mean maybe. Let's go to our next topic, which Naomi became Miss Money in the Bank, and who you think she cashes in on?
I don't care. I just look. I'm sorry. I know, like she's a fan favorite, but there's no story there. Like the story to me here tells me that she'll cash in about the time Jade's ready. About the time they think, okay, it's
Well,
time to put the belt on Jade. Because outside
well,
of that, there's no story with Tiffany. There's really no
yeah,
story with EO.
yeah.
As
Well, well, somebody was saying this to me. They said the same exact thing you said. Was if Jade wins Queen of the Ring, SummerSlam, you do a cash in, but I don't think we're going to get two cash. Maybe it's been a while since we had two cash ins on the same day. It's been quite some time. They used to do it a lot, but it's been lately. Um, if you have a cash in on Jade, it would be like kind of like, oh, okay, it's kind of interesting a little bit. Where are we going to go with this? I just don't know where we go when it comes to Naomi in this story. Maybe they're giving her the last minute story where she finished out, because I don't know if you know, she said once she's I think this is her last run and she wants to go have children with Jimmy. Maybe they're just doing this because, hey, she did come back, we did do you wrong when you walked out, so hey, here we go, boom, we'll give you this decent run. But I feel like you could do something with this J stuff. I just wish they do something outside of X. Bring it on camera. Just like with the R Truth and John, the way R Truth beat down John, I need Naomi to tap into that. I need to feel like, oh, they really hate each other. We know they don't, but I just wanted to feel that way. That's just my thoughts
yeah,
and my feelings.
yeah, and like I said, to me, like this makes a lot more sense if had you had Naomi win at WrestleMania. But having Naomi lose to Jade at Mania and then having Naomi win, like this screams transitional champion to me. So
Yes, yes. Because
I just
even if you have Naomi win, we automatically gonna say, well, hey, y'all gonna put it on Jade. Now, don't get me wrong. If she does cash in on Jade, maybe down the line you could do Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. Maybe we get a triple threat for the title.
yeah,
For SmackDown, that could be a thought.
yeah, where you have like if you have Jade win Queen of the Ring, you have her Naomi do the recreate the heist of the century,
Yeah,
turn it
yeah.
into a triple threat, walk out or run out of SummerSlam with the belt.
I read of her. I wish they do now. You know what? And I'm not gonna lie. If it was a match between Jade and Bianca, and she did that, I would love that for her. But see, there's only two places. Well, maybe three. But they probably won't do it at Saudi. We probably won't get it at SummerSlam because we already know who's the champion now. Unless you're gonna have Jade, because there's no way you can put the title on Jade right away before SummerSlam,
Yeah,
because whoever wins Queen of the Ring is gonna go to SummerSlam. So if you have Jade win at SummerSlam, some kind of way you got to have this Bianca and Jade match, which is only a Royal Rumble match, maybe a Chamber or a Mania match.
yeah.
And I don't think if Naomi holds it for that long, I will be surprised, because I know she's, like I say, her time schedule might be where she want to be ready to go and stuff like that. So I don't know, but what do you do with her if she cashes in early? Do you make a drop
Well,
it to Bianca or back to Jay?
well, I mean the simplest thing is to just have her take it off Tiffany on some random SmackDown, and
That's
then
what I was.
before
That's what I was thinking.
SummerSlam, and then Jade wins Queen of the Ring, and then bang, it's Jade. But then you're gonna have Naomi lose 2 straight matches to Jade,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
unless you want to have Naomi hold it till Mania, and then you have like you have Naomi win, but she cheats or something, and then you go like a last woman standing match or some blow off type feud ender at Mania.
It, like I say, you can do. If I feel like the only thing, and I know they said they're waiting for Bianca to heal up again, where you could bring her into this story. Maybe that will add a little bit of difference in it. We'll have to see throughout time. I don't know where we go with it. Let's stay on the ladies real quick. I know you seen your girl Becky Lynch defeat Liv
Not my girl.
Valkyria.
You got me
Valkyria.
confused with someone.
Valkyria. What's your thoughts on Becky Lynch finally winning the IC champion? She's not a Grand Slam champion yet. She has to win that United States title. But I seen this coming. I think you had said it in the space, and I said in the space we picked Becky Lynch to win. What's your thoughts on Becky winning? And we'll get to the next thing of what happened on Monday. But give us your thoughts about Becky winning this IC title.
My thoughts is I think this is who they should have had win. Not necessarily Becky. I think this is who they should have had win it to begin with. When you're bringing in a new title, you want a star. I was saying BAYLEY, but like had it been Becky, because you want to give that title reverence. You want people to care about that title, and if you put it on a Becky or a BAYLEY, put it on someone people care about, then that brings the title up. That's kind of like they did with the new title when they gave it to Seth. So I thought they should have done this a long time ago, but better late than never. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I know she's going to feud with BAYLEY. And hey, maybe they bring Valeria up and they have her dethrone Becky. I don't know how they're going to do this, but at least they've got some gun or some bullets in the chamber in regards to this IC title. And we know it's going to be on TV because it's on Becky.
Yeah. And speaking of that, BAYLEY did return on Raw this Monday, attacking her. We figured that's going to be the next match, maybe for Evolution. Do you think right away they put the title on BAYLEY?
No.
Right away.
No.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
Becky's got the freedom. She's a heel, unless they do some sort of like no disqualification or some sort of stipulation like that. Not right away. I could see maybe SummerSlam, but I just
I was thinking that if at SummerSlam you're going to do a triple threat. Hit me out. BAYLEY's back. You see, I don't know if you've seen the face of Valkyria where she was like looking at BAYLEY like, "What are you doing?" I think there will be a little decision there, and you get a triple threat match between those three ladies at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and then that's how you have Becky win. Like, I mean, yeah, they could go there, but the point is like we care about the intercontinental title now because we care about Becky. Whether you like her or you hate her, you care about her. So, look, I would love to see BAYLEY win it, and she come back with a little bit of juice, she's not a heel, but she's not the hugger. She just kind of, I don't know.
It reminds me of remember when they first started what's the group? I don't know why it's slipping my mind. Damage Control. Remember when she came like the same kind of way? That would have reminded me a little bit of Damage Control a little bit. And I was like, which wasn't, well, at the time it was heel, but it didn't give off heel things. I don't think she's going to be a heel. I think you might turn her into a tweener, maybe. Because by BAYLEY coming back. I was saying BAYLEY should have won the United States title, Sean. That's the title I was thinking that she was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, however they do it, we all know because she said in that interview that she wants a little bit more of a risque character, a little bit of a PG-13. Like, she's not going full rated R, not until she joins that other company.
And I'm surprised they're doing that. They're going to be doing that on, I mean, yes, it's Netflix, but I don't know what that meant. When I did hear about it, but I was like, that's going to be interesting how they're going to tell the story. But like I say, she came out, it wasn't like a straight up just like heel beatdown. It was just like a beatdown because you're the one that attacked me, now I'm attacking you.
Yeah. You beat me up, so I'm gonna beat you up.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that's what it gave me. It just gave me those vibes. Like,
yeah,
hey,
it'll be interesting. Because like she said, she wants to do a little bit more of it. So can they tie in like a love angle into that? Maybe, maybe not. But like, look, they're gonna try and give her at least part of what she wants because they want to keep her.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if she's gonna end up beating Becky, but
somebody else been throwing clues of her coming somewhere else, so they might want to keep Bayley. But hey, I mean, who
her
knows?
best friend. By the way, that line Becky gave in that interview popped the hell out of me when she was like, she's probably paying $100 to text her best friend or something like that.
Oh Lord!
Like, yeah, I'm no Becky fan, but that made me laugh.
Yeah, let's get to our next topic. We're speaking on Randy and Cody both advancing this Friday for the King of the Ring tournament. Do you think, Sean, this will be the finals, Cody versus Randy at Saudi?
Yes.
You think this will be the last match?
Has to be. They've been teasing Cody versus Randy too long. Has to be. And honestly, that's probably where the quote-unquote legend killer strikes. That's the heel turn.
Yeah, well, I was saying earlier, Sean, was you don't have them strike in this match. Cody pins them, and then you have them strike after the match, maybe.
Maybe, but then you've got a story with Randy and Cody again. Like, unless you're gonna, like, it depends. Like, could I see them going back to Randy and John? Yes. Cody and John? Sure. Like, it depends on when they want John to drop that title. Because when Cody gets John Cena, Cody's beating John Cena. Yeah. Like, I know there's a lot of people that aren't going to like that, but it's happening.
But it's got to. Because, I mean, what's the point of you having win King of the Ring? Like I say, they painted themselves in one corner. Either you're going to do Jay versus Gunther again, or you're doing even if they do Randy versus John, it's still a repeat match. Even if you do Cody versus John, unless they're gonna give the title to Randy,
yeah,
and he'll be a little bit closer to John because it'll be 15 times. I think because he won 14, so he'll be a little closer because I think Randy's not leaving. He'll pass Triple H. So and he'll be there another 5 years. So Randy still got a little time to at least tie or catch up to John. So I don't know what you do. So is one thing I did like about last year and this year too, Sean. Tournament is you don't know who's going to win. Now, don't get me wrong. The format was different. You had more people. You had the 4-on-4, which I didn't mind because but it was kind of simple. We knew who was going to win. Now I don't know who's going to win because like you got Jade versus Roxanne. Any one of those young ladies can win.
Is Liv in this tournament?
I don't know. I don't think. No. She lost.
Oh, okay.
She lost. Remember, she lost. She lost in the match where Roxanne was in. She was in the tournament, but Roxanne advanced.
I thought that was for the run, the Money in the Bank qualifier. Sorry, there's a lot of qualifiers.
Well, I think that was. Well, maybe it was. I think they did. I thought they went twice. Maybe I could have sworn she was in one of the matches because I could have sworn her and I think they did 2 matches and they was like because Roxanne. I remember Roxanne saying that let's work together. And then when it gets down to us two, then we'll duke it out. So I could have sworn maybe they was in a tournament too. I could be, but I could have sworn she was because that's how Roxanne advanced to get to this match. Now Jade versus Roxanne, that's another match. I was like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we'll do Jade. But see how would that affect Roxanne? See now you gotta. But that's the good thing about these tournaments.
Well, so we all know where Roxanne's headed. Roxanne's on a collision course for a feud with Liv.
Well, yes, true. Okay, yes, true. But okay, Liv when she drops the tag team title, because we all know that's probably going to happen. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing a feud with her and Roxanne and Liv, but I wish there was some kind of title involved. It don't have to be the
Yeah.
world. It doesn't have to be the women's world title. You could have did the Intercontinental Championship title because, like I say, you could have did so much with this IC title, but you kept it on Valkyria, which now it's
Yeah.
on Becky now. So now my mind is going wild. Where I wanted Roxanne and Roxanne and Becky to fight each other for this title now.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that could be a decent match.
Well, and you still got the Becky Liv angle. Liv did say she retired Becky.
Well, yeah, that too. That's why I say maybe that will come back into play too. Even if maybe you do like Becky, and I told Greg this because I know you and Greg like Liv. I said you could do a Becky, Liv, and Roxanne three-way match for this title. Maybe that's how we can get it. I feel like that could be a decent match. Now I don't know will it be at SummerSlam, maybe, but it could be.
I kind of feel like Liv's gonna have a world title match at SummerSlam only because it's in New Jersey.
But see,
well, it's in New Jersey. That's Liv's town.
If you saying that, it's definitely gonna be a SmackDown star when the Queen will read it.
Probably. I mean, Jade makes sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean,
because you can do Evolution, you do Roxanne Liv.
Well, I wouldn't do it that earlier. I feel like that would be kind of a little too early, because maybe Roxanne would pin Liv, and I don't know, because Liv has been losing ever since she came back from the movie. Sean, she's lost every match. She's been taking pins. That would be the third pin she would take. Maybe it's to push it. Well, I think Evolution they're going to do the Bella twins versus her.
That's right.
Yeah, because they did that angle.
Yeah, Liv and Raquel versus the Bella. Yeah. That's who. Watch them put the dang tag championships on the dang Bella twins.
That's what I'm saying. So if you do that, Sean, and let's talk about that real quick. If you do that, then what happened to the match with B-Fab and Michin? Y'all forgot about that? It just went away? Because y'all said that whole angle where you had Michin come in there and say, we come in for the tag team title when Liv and them come back. They ain't got the championship match yet. Even though we know we had the Money in the Bank qualified match. Yes, we got the King and Queen of the Ring qualified matches going on right now. I understand that. That's cool. But my thing is, you kind of ruin it with, with this. It's like, okay, who are you going? You got to do something. It's crazy to me. Let's see.
But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because like you got the Legends and the Bella twins. You put the tag titles on them. You give them a short little run, and then you move on. And that's probably how you break up Roxanne and Liv.
Hey, that could be. If that means Raquel. I meant Roxanne. I'm
sorry, Raquel. I didn't mean Roxanne.
Yeah, Raquel. That means Raquel's going to Roxanne automatically. Stampede saying, "Hey, if they slap the tag team titles on the Bella, it will show just a little more attention, to them." So, I mean, Stampede. I feel like that's what it'll do. They got teams. You got a couple teams that can tag together. I'm surprised they ain't tagged Natty and Maxine yet together.
Yeah,
you had a trainer. The story's there. You've been having got some tag teams that you can do some tough. Because I don't think they have defended these titles in a while since WrestleMania. They dropped them, and then now they got them back. So ever since they got them back from that Raw, they haven't defended these titles again, Sean. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, and
So
we
yeah,
all look, hate to be harsh about it, but when they drop these belts, like, bye bye Raquel. Like,
I said, me and you said the same thing. I said there's no way that Raquel's gonna survive unless she goes to Roxanne. So
she'll
maybe
have a
that's what.
short, yeah, she'll have a short feud with Liv, and that'll be all she wrote. Unless she can do something to get the crowd to care about her, which they just don't right now. And Liv is trying. Like, I'll give Liv that much. She's trying to get them to care about Raquel. They just don't. It's a lot of ways. It reminds me of the Lyra Valkyria situation. She's believable on the mic. She's amazing in the ring, and for whatever reason, the crowd just doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're starting to gravitate to her because lately she's been doing some good promos. Stephanie said they should maybe do something out of the box for the women's tag team. What exactly your thoughts, Stephanie? What could be out of the box? Your thoughts on that when it comes to the women's tag team? I just wonder because I feel like they got so many teams. I thought you could get a couple NXT women to go for these titles. Please put these titles on the line. They was the first, actual women's title. So give it a little care because this makes me worried for the women's United States title. This makes me worried when it comes to the IC women's title because those titles are still new. And like you just said, Sean, it just now got a little more significant with it. And don't get me wrong, Zelina Vega, oh man, she's doing a great job to this United States title.
I don't hold the United States title in the same regard that I hold the Intercontinental title in. But again, I'm probably biased because I love Chelsea. Like, Chelsea is so damn good in the mic. In the ring, on the mic. She's believable. She's funny as hell. She's got a character that works. She's not afraid to be the butt of a joke. I love that whole presidential cabinet thing that she did with the United States title.
Yeah, she's doing it. And like I say, I feel like her and Zelina have been doing well. I got to give it to Zelina. She's a fighting champion. That's why she said she wanted Julian. She said she wanted to fight Julian. I do give her that, so I do like that about her. When you see her,
you're a little worried they called Julia up too fast. Because I have noticed they're not really gravitating to her on the main roster.
Well,
not in the same way they are to Stephanie, anyway.
Well, I feel like when it comes to her, they don't want to mess her up like they did Asuka. You see what I'm saying? So I don't feel like they dropped the ball yet. She just got there.
Well, no, I'm not saying drop the ball. I'm just saying maybe it's a little too soon to have her on the main roster.
Well, no. Because right away, you got her challenging for the United States title. Put the title on her. If you don't, then, I feel like her and Zelina are going to go out and have a great match. You put the title on her. You let her do something with this mid-card title, and you build her up off of this title. Matter of fact, have her have a lengthy reign with it. Sort of like how you did with Chelsea. I think Chelsea had a good lengthy reign with it. You can do the same thing with Jillian. I feel like you can do something with Jillian if you can build it out.
I get it. I wouldn't have Zelina lose though. That's just me. I think it's like Zelina just won it. I wouldn't have her lose her second defense.
Yeah. Well, that will be her second one. Yeah. Because
second or third, she defended against Chelsea.
See, it all depends on because I'm thinking. Let's say they do it for Evolution, but my thing is this: you have Chelsea's bodyguards come out, and you maybe do something there, and it does something where they both get distracted, and maybe still Zelina comes up with the win. And you can maybe run this back at SummerSlam. I say if you run it back twice, let Jillian, win it. I just feel like you got to. That would be the great time to put the title on her. Because if you don't, I'll be so worried, Sean, because I don't want her. And no disrespect to Asuka, she's most respected in the locker room. But I feel like they dropped the ball on her right after NXT, and I think that's what people fear of is with Jillian. You got any thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, that's kind of. Well, yeah, the whole Juliet. Like, look. Stephanie to me was so clearly ready. Like especially when she had that match with Io. Like you could tell. Like she just took to this WWE style and their fan base like a fish to water. Where Julia, it took her a little longer to get there, and I don't even know if she's quite there. I feel like she could have benefited from another couple months down in NXT. Especially when she's not being overshadowed by Stephanie. And that's not a knock on Julia. Stephanie was overshadowing everyone down there. And that's just how good Stephanie was. It's not like Stephanie was doing it on purpose. She's just that good. So I just feel like she would have benefited a lot more from staying with Sean for another 2 to 4 months. But we'll see what happens. I just don't know.
What she calling herself? I still call her Mariah May, but she's now called something else now. But
Blake something.
Blake something. So
yeah.
But I feel like we have to see when it comes to that, because man, oh man, I don't know.
Oh, Mariah won't be there long, and yes, I'm still gonna call her Mariah. No. Guess what? I still call Copeland Edge. I just can't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's one name I'm always gonna call Edge, because that's what it is. Hey, let's get to our last topic here before we come to the close. I don't know if you got to see this, Sean, on X, because I don't know if you had a chance, but they did. Hikuleo did a dark match on SmackDown, and a lot of people didn't like that because they felt like they spoiled his debut. Are you familiar with Hikuleo, and do you feel like they spoiled that debut of Hikuleo?
I'm not as familiar with him as I should be. I know he's a part of the bloodline. I know he's been signed for a year and a half. Like, it's hard to spoil a debut when everyone knows he's there and has been there forever.
Well, I think because people didn't see, I thought he was going to NXT. I thought he was going to NXT.
Well, to me, this screams they're putting him out there to like get a sense of him in the ring, because they probably didn't do the homework they should have. Because look, they didn't realize Jade was as green as she was until she got there, so they probably didn't do the homework they should have. So they put him in a dark match to see where, and then honestly, the only place that makes sense is you're going to insert him right into this Jacob Solo feud.
Yeah, a lot, and I've been seeing that theory with a lot of people saying that. Now,
maybe you'll get Solo and Hikuleo versus JC, and they're calling him JC, right? Not Jeff Cobb.
No, they call him JC Metelo. Now, when it comes to Jade Metelo, I'm thinking that he's going to stay with Solo, and Hikuleo is going to go with Jacob. Because
okay, I mean, either way, those two are gonna. Yeah, those two are gonna pick their side, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they brought the Usos into one of them. And you're gonna get Bloodline Civil War Part 400 for War Games.
Well, how would you? Well, see that okay, because you got what, Jimmy J. Sammy wrapped up the storyline. So okay, let's say Roman. You need what? We're doing 4 guys. Well, no, you need 5 because consider Paul Heyman. We need 5, so you missing 2 on Roman's side. Solo, the Taylor. We'll bring the Tongas back, so that's 2. And Hikuleo. So hey, once again, Solo got his team.
Yeah.
We need to recruit. Get Zilla Fatu in here right now. Grab somebody, Roman. Bring somebody.
Well, maybe. Well, seeing as how Solo's the one that got turned on, which I would not have done it that way. I would have done it the opposite. But hey, Solo got turned on. That's the perfect time for Roman to extend the olive branch. Like, look, little brother, this was my fault. I started this. I showed you something. The power went to your head. It did to mine. Let's let bygones be bygones and let's handle this.
Really? So you have Roman go back to Solo and get Solo?
Yeah, I mean, because you're gonna have Jacob as the heel. Roman's the face. The Usos are the faces. So that's where Roman and the Usos, because they go get Solo. I'm honestly, and I hope I'm wrong about this, because I don't want to see another Bloodline War Games. As I like the Bloodline story, I thought it was well done, but I just think we're past it now.
Yeah.
But would they dust off old Reliable for War Games? Probably.
Only thing about that is Solo's been doing so good. For some reason, Solo is born to be a heel. Like, there are some people that are born to be heel, like Dominic Mysterio. He's born to be a heel. It's crazy. Solo
Which is
and
why
Dominic
I would have had. Well, that's
They're not
exactly
born-
why I would have had Solo turn on Jacob.
Don't get me wrong. They can pull it off, but they are great heels. And I had it the same way too, Sean, where it did seem the story. I understood why you did it, because you got the famous line. This is how you know Trebase is on X, because you got
I
Solo.
hate you.
I hate you. So this how we know Trebase is on X, just running through X or in these chats or on your timeline, because how else would you have Jacob say this line to Solo? Now, I would love to see, I have it different. I would have Solo go back to Roman, because he's lost.
I mean, well,
his way.
yeah. However you do it, but like you have.
Soon, not just yet, because if you seen Friday, Solo kind of did that same similarity background that he did when he had the Ulafala, and I was like, this is the Solo. I love that Solo. I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the silly thing was, it was good because he could pull it off. We did see he had a fun side, silly side, but I love serious Solo. I love heel serious Solo. That's my favorite Solo. When he cut this promo, I was like, this is the guy we need again to face Jacob.
Yeah,
I don't know.
my favorite Solo is the one that got cooked by John Cena.
Oh, you talking about when they had the match at WrestleMania?
No, it wasn't WrestleMania. It was at one of the Saudi. Or maybe it was a Saudi show. Wasn't? Maybe Cena has been to Saudi.
No. Because I think Cena took on Solo. I remember the Mania match. He did him and he destroyed him. But I think that was the only time they faced each other, if I'm not mistaken.
Solo won because Solo hit him with about 27 Samoan spikes. Because the whole story going into it was that Solo's going to take your voice from you, and Cena sold the spike in a way no one ever had.
Yeah. That's why I said you had Paul telling John that. But if it was me, because now, and I know the Ulafal is not involved, was you have Solo go back to Roman and just show him that courtesy, but not just yet, Sean. Especially after the promo he did Friday, I was like, my God, this guy, he's born to be a heel. I said, my God. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, hell, Rikishi did pull off one of the greatest heel turns ever when he said, I did it for The Rock. So maybe that's maybe where he got it from. But, man, Solo is a heel by nature. Him and Dominic, I don't know. I need them to have a competition on who could be the most healers. Because I don't know who will win that. Because both of them are good. They're good at being heels. If for some reason, I don't know why.
Well, you all know why it was. I like with Dominic, I kind of know why. He grew up watching one of the best heels ever, Eddie. Like he got to sit under the Eddie Guerrero learning tree. Because if you look at some of his heel stuff,
Look, don't say
It's
Lord Jericho might come out.
oh, whatever. That was like 6 iterations ago, maybe. I don't know, but no, but like he got to sit under the olive branch of
Mm,
Eddie. Like he got to watch Eddie. Eddie showed him because like all of the stuff he's doing, he can turn that into a babyface character. He doesn't have to change much when he goes babyface. He just doesn't. He
no,
do the
no, no.
lie, the
Oh,
cheat, the
you
steal.
talking about Dominic? Oh no,
Yeah,
because he has embraced the Eddie. I would say gimmick. I would really say that's what he's done with this
yeah.
whole thing. So no, he doesn't have to
No,
change much. But for Solo, and I'm not saying he can be face because he showed that little bit side a little bit too. But man, oh man, when he's a heel and he gets serious, I love that. I love
yeah,
it because he was when he cut that and back to Uncle Keish, he said, "Hey, these two guys can bring out the best of each other." So I had it booked the same way too, where Solo was going to turn on Jacob. Now
yeah.
I understand why they did it storyline wise. I understand why they did it, but I mean, I wish it was the other way around. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you're gonna have Solo win this United States title because they already teased a Priest versus Jacob. Unless they're gonna do that match first, and maybe on a SmackDown, and then you get to Solo and Jacob. But I don't still think that because you still have Matelo there too. Maybe Solo loses
Yeah.
and Mateto's challenging for it. I think that's maybe the person they will put the title on, and once they take the title off of Jacob, he'll start going for main card titles.
Yeah, I don't think Jacob's losing anytime soon.
No, no, I don't think
And I
so either.
just, like I would have had Solo be the one to turn on Jacob because it's
And
just
I
like the
say,
people want to cheer for Jacob. They just
yeah, yeah,
do,
yeah,
and they
yeah, and
don't want to cheer for Solo.
yeah, exactly. I would say he's a natural heel. He's a natural heel, and
Yeah,
I say,
so
I think
having Jacob turn heel on Solo to me feels a little round peg square hole.
mm, I think if I had to take a guess, Jacob maybe would drop it maybe close to Rumble or after Rumble. That's just my thoughts. Maybe.
Yeah, I
Who?
mean it's
No, I was thinking Matelo because Matelo and him has had a great match on the Indies platform. I can see those two
honestly
guys.
given the precedent they set. Now I understand Jacob didn't go to NXT, but given the precedent they set, my pick to dethrone Jacob is Obafemi.
Oh my goodness! Look, no, forget the no. Look, I don't even want that to be a United States title. Somebody need to put the world title, undisputed title, something on one of Moore's. That's a
Well, that's one
main
of
card
those
title.
feuds that's one of those feuds you come back to.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You got to. Now
Yeah,
I had one day said put Matelo, Ron Breaker, Jacob, and Obafemi in a match. It could be for a title. It don't gotta be for a title. But what that boy Booker T say? That bad boy will be that will be a meat on meat match. If you want to do a match, do that. Sign me up. It could be for Mania, Royal Rumble. I'm watching that because I don't know who's gonna win. They gonna break the ring down. You see what he did with
yeah,
the guy from LFG. It was just over Femi and him, and that was just two
yeah.
big guys. If you think about four guys in there in the ring, oh, they gonna have to put them in a chamber match or something.
Eh.
That would be a match if
Bronson
they want.
Reed hitting a tsunami on
Oh my
Oba.
goodness! Thank Bronson Reed. You got Breaker in there spearing everybody. You got Obafemi that they're going crazy. You got Jacob probably in there going crazy. And Matelo, man, they gonna say, man, we gonna have
Yeah,
to reinforce the ring after this. That's a match I will pay to see. If you want to do it at Mania, Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you know what that reminds me of? Granted, it was for the IC title, but Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunther. One of the
Yes.
best WrestleMania matches we've ever
Yes.
seen.
Yes. A matter of fact, hell, I think that was maybe one of the still to this day best IC matches yet. If you want to argue, I can't think of
Yeah, I
one
mean,
that's
I'd have to go through all the ones. Like, I mean, there's been some amazing ladder matches for the IC title. There's been a lot of great IC title matches, but yeah, that's one of the best.
yeah, yeah. That would be even if you know what they probably would do that because they did it for that IC title on Sean. So I can see them doing that. Man, if they do that, man, boy, especially at Mania, you might want to say, hey, run it back, whatever y'all want to do. If people pay, I will pay for that match. What night is it gonna be? Make it the same night you want to do Rock first, please. Please, so I can just pay. If I don't
Yeah.
want to pay for one ticket, go ahead. So hey, you know what I mean? So that's the match I say, dude. Shouts out to the boy Herbert. Man, we got 202 people in here. We have almost went close to 2 hours. Normally I go 3 hours with Final Boss Baby. But hey, I'm not Polo Shun because he out here working. I'm not driving no more.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
done.
good. Like, I'm good as long as you want to do this.
No,
I got my
no,
headset on. You're in my
yeah, I know.
holder.
Speak of, yeah, I know, man. I ain't want to hold you up, man. Like I say, we almost close at the 2 hour mark. I know you. We went over some things we missed out. Like I say, we could talk about. I mean, some. Like I said, we talked about who we think gonna be probably possibly in the finals for King and Queen of the Ring. It seems like yet we have been getting. I think the only thing we got announced and for Evolution so far is NST. I think NST has set up a match with a couple ladies for a match at Evolution. I forget what's the actual
Jordan
match.
Grace.
I think they're gonna go for the NST women's title if I'm not mistaken. I think Grace is in the
Okay.
match, but I
Yeah.
think they're the only ones that announced something already for Evolution. Um, you got them selling combo tickets, son. So I don't know if you know about that. Like I say, I know
No,
we're
I
gonna.
didn't know there was doing combo
Yeah,
tickets.
well, you got because you got Saturday main event gonna be going. Then you're gonna turn around. You're gonna have um the
So they're putting Evolution on freaking
Sunday.
oh
It's
all
gonna
or
be
nothing. They're putting Evolution against All or Nothing. I mean, double or no, All In. Sorry, I was combining pay-per-views names.
um I
Please tell me
think
they're not putting Evolution against All In.
uh I have to look it up. Somebody have to actually tell me today in the comments. Cause let me see. Cause I don't know. I don't. Let me see. Cause if they is, then nobody. Then they really got there. This
You're
they
setting
set
the
the.
ladies up to fail if you're doing that, because typically they run their Saturday night main event counter to the big AEW pay-per-view. All In, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna get into semantics of whether you like it or not. Like, to me, it's great wrestling. Watch both, and do what you do. Figure out the order you want to watch them in. But if they're putting All In again, I mean, I'm sorry, if they're putting Evolution against All In, you're setting the women up to fail, and you're setting the women up to fail hard.
Yeah. It's gonna be July the 13th.
Which I believe is the same day as All In.
Well, hey, that's gonna say I ain't watching that. Then I'm watching All In. If they doing that the
Well,
same day, that's gonna be really
you would
bad.
have to run it earlier in the date. That's the only thing that you can do.
Let me go check and see. I don't see an actual time. So let's see if I can find a time here because I don't see a time. I see the date, but I don't see a time. But you know what? They might run it early. They might. That's what they might do.
They'd have to
Just
because
in time
otherwise no
for
one
when
will
they
be
go
watching
off.
it.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Somebody said well, Evolution's on Sunday. Is All In on Sunday?
Yeah, the AEW's pay-per-views are typically Sundays. I believe All In's July 13th.
Well, then, yeah.
I could be
Oh, well,
July
if it's July
12th.
the
I
13th,
could
then
be
no, they ain't
wrong.
probably the same.
I could be wrong. I mean, I'd have to look at my ticket again, and I'm driving, so I can't do that. But if that's their plan is to put Evolution up against All In, that's a mistake. And I feel bad because you're setting your ladies up to fail. Because when the numbers suck, they're going to use that to not have another one for 10 years now.
Somebody said All In is. Oh, somebody said no. All In is going to be on Saturday. So no, that may. I guess
Okay,
that may.
okay.
Because I was finna say, woo. I was finna say, boy, whoever thought of that, boy, they said they set up for failure, fast, quick, fast, in the
Well,
earth.
you're still setting them up for failure because it's in a different state, right?
Yeah, well, it's in Atlanta. They're both well, main event and Evolution is going to both be in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and they are selling combo tickets for
So
that.
you're going to, like, people are going to, yeah, like, people are still going to be on a high from that show that they, like, it's going to impact them, but at least it's not on the same day.
Hmm. Yeah, like I said, we'll have to see um, what they gonna do because that'll be crazy. Um, I was just thinking that they was gonna um, not do that on the same day. Thank God somebody they was doing that the same day, so thank God. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're doing an AEW pay-per-view on a Saturday because typically those are Sundays, if I'm not mistaken. But hey,
Uh,
I'm happy about that.
yeah, because I would say if they do that, then whoo, they will be setting themselves up for major failure if they did that. So,
Yeah.
but
And then you turn around and you're going to use the numbers that suffered because you put it up against All In to punish the women by not giving them another pay-per-view.
that's gonna happen regardless if that's the same if it's
Yeah,
the same week. So people gonna be like,
yeah.
yeah, but I'm not looking forward to seeing. I don't care. Evolution will not beat that. No way. In heck, it will beat it. So we already
It's
know
not
that.
going to beat it. Like, we knew it wasn't going to. The question is it going to do enough to make them consider doing another one? And
Well,
with
you
all
got
that wrestling you're already going to have that weekend,
exactly.
you're going to
I,
have the WWE only fan that's going to tune in regardless. But
yeah,
the majority of people are going to be burned out by the time Sunday rolls around. They're not going to want
yeah,
to watch it.
yeah,
At least
exactly.
not live.
No, I think people are gonna probably go back and see highlights, maybe see a couple things.
Oh, that'll be on Peacock. They'll go back and watch it later.
Yeah. They're
But
gonna have to pull. Now I can't think of no one who they can pull to get to bring some eyes on this man. I don't see nobody. That's just my thoughts. But
well, they're gonna use like they've got the roster where they don't need to use the legends, but you know they're gonna use a couple. We already know the Bellas, at least one of them. Trish will probably be there. She'll probably have a match against somebody. You know they're gonna dust off Charlotte. They're gonna bring out Becky. Rhea will be there. Rhea probably will win the title there because you know that's what Rhea does. So, like, I mean, it's gonna be a good show. I'm looking forward to watching it. But if it's, man, I may not watch it live. I'll tell you that much.
probably most people won't. Even if it's gonna be on their Sunday. I think most people won't. And if they doing main event, on that Saturday. I don't think a lot of people will see it on Saturday. But normally, main event comes on a little earlier than 8 o'clock. So maybe that's how they'll
Well,
probably
yeah, because you think
test
about
it.
that weekend, right? Because All In, and to me anyway, and I could be way off base, and I'm sure Stampede will correct me if I'm wrong. But All In week to me is about the same as WrestleMania week to WWE. Because you're
Yeah,
going to have Ring of Honor show, you're going to have a Stardom show, you're going to have a GCW show, I believe. Like, you're going to have a bunch of shows that weekend. Then you're going to have Saturday Night Main Event. And then after all that, you're going to have Evolution.
Evolution.
And by the time people get to it, people are going to be worn out from wrestling. To where the only people that are going to watch it are the hardcore WWE fans, and not all of them are going to watch it because they've been programmed to believe that women's wrestling is secondary. So when we don't get another Evolution, this is why.
Yeah. And then you can see how the way they promoting it. We, like I said, we don't got no matches. Well, I think, like I say, one was the people they got gonna be winning out in NXT will be facing the NXT Women champion. That's the only one we got so far, which we don't know who will be facing it yet because they got to do like I think they're doing like a fatal 4-way or some kind of match between those ladies, but that's the only one we got so far. Yes, we got a tease of Liv saying something to Brie Bella, but that was it. But see, so
did you see her tweet, by the way? Liv's tweet?
No, I didn't see it.
She posted a picture of her in the ring or somewhere, but she said you can look, but you can't touch.
Oh yeah. I seen that one.
That was the cat. I thought that was clever.
I seen that, man. Go ahead and tell the people, these 210 people, where they can find you, Sean, on X or your social media.
Yeah, it'd be I don't remember my handle. I think it's just GusBus09. Sean Robinette is on. So, but you'll catch me getting chastised by Stampede on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the Wrestle Collective spaces, and going back and forth with those guys. They talk, and then I talk to Stampede. I mean, to you on Yeet on Thursdays quite a bit when you can show up and I can show up, and then I help co-host, and I like the spaces with Carlos. He does on Monday after Raw and Wednesday after Dynamite, which I think he's now under Conquer the Org. But I'll be in those spaces.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows where to catch me. Y'all see the handle down below. That's Miami the Great 645. Where, like I said, if you see me, you probably will see Sean too. So yes, you can follow him too. Please give us a subscribe on YouTube. We're at 211 people. We got to 2.K on all our views on YouTube. So I will be doing some shorts. Thanks to Sean for joining me today, for stepping in for Final Boss Lady. She did some surgery. Hope she'll be back soon. We will see y'all next week. If not, I will be back next week with probably another new guest to carry on the Talk It Up legacy. To talk about some more wrestling, because I do like wrestling. You guys can also catch me either in the collective space or somewhere doing something with the CCN family. Shouts out to the CCN family. Shouts out to THMC family. Shouts out to DWE. Follow the island of DWE. Real easy to find. Just type in the island of DWE. Pops right on up. You'll see our logo, DWE. Talk It Up. Follow Final Boss Baby down here at the bottom. Come back. Tell friends to come back and watch this episode. All the old episodes of us on Talk It Up. Thank you for all the views on the shorts that I have made. I'm glad you guys love them. I will be making some more of me and Sean for the first time. Sean being on camera with me, so I know that's going to blow up the internet. Like I say, thanks to you again, Sean, for joining me. Hope to have you again soon. Later on down the line, where we can sit here and chop it up about wrestling, because everyone knows I like to talk about wrestling. Follow the collective, join the collective, join CCN Culture Network. We are doing everything on YouTube. Join DWE if you want to join the chat. Just hit me up on X, and hey, we got a wonderful chat that talks about sports, wrestling, music, and we just be in there kicking the you know what. Thanks you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you guys later. We'll catch you guys. Thank you, Sean, once again. Peace out.